Hey, what's up, man? It's your favorite ninja, Apex Sapien. So today we're going to talk about a love story made in heaven, Chrisean and Blueface Rock. So Chrisean recently just gave birth to a new child, Chrisean Malone, which she named the child after herself. Blueface wasn't invited to the birthing, and he spent the day with his baby mama, who has a BBL. So what my goal is to teach you today is how to not end up in a situation like Blueface, because Blueface is going to be suffering for probably the next 20 to 30 years of his life, dealing with this crazy nonsense, because Lord knows that child got no chance. It's going to have all type of trauma and behavioral issues. But you, my friend, you are not too far away from being a Blueface. And let me explain why to you. See, a lot of people just look at the Chrisean thing and say, oh man, she's just crazy, blah, blah, blah. No, she's not necessarily just crazy. Every woman's crazy when she really falls in love, when she really cares for you. Now, the problem is so many guys manipulate and they ruin that love by being pieces of shit. So I'm going to teach you how to not be a piece of shit when dating a woman who's really in love with you and wants to see the best for you and wants to be a part of your process of progress by giving you a couple different steps. So let's get into it. I'm excited. Let's go. All right, you ninjas, man. I swear, you guys get on the dating field and just ruin everything. So I'm gonna give you 3 lessons on how to make sure that you don't end up in a Blueface situation where you're hating your life for the next 20 to 30 years because you got baby mama drama, you can't see your kids, and life is just going down the shitter. Number 1, take your time. Slow down, young man. Slow down. I see so many young guys just trying to rush and go get the ass. Sit back, man. Hot and steamy always becomes soggy and wet in the future. You gotta let it be a slow simmer, like you're cooking a pot of soup, and you gotta make sure the meat is nice and tender so it falls right off the bone. But a lot of you guys just want to rush and microwave everything, get on the tender, swipe, 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 put your dick in anything that just moves, and then you wonder why the consequences be crazy. Sit back and really examine, question your girl, talk to her. Treat her more than just a piece of meat, man. Actually get to know who are you talking to, who are you connecting with, because when you start putting your dick in people, that is now a relationship. And who you decide to put your dick in is going to likely be what type of outcome you're going to have for your life. And a lot of guys don't take sexual discipline very seriously. Listen, the worst things that happen to men are always because they're thinking with the small head instead of the big head. I know it sounds cliche, but please, you guys don't understand. So many young men have set themselves back decades because they can't manage to think with the big head. Sit back, watch, observe, and get to know the chick. Stop just rushing into things, man. You got plenty of time. She's on a timetable. She has to go hurry up and get married, find somebody, have the kids and the family. You got time, young man. Relax. Chill. You'll be okay. 2, one of the biggest problems I've seen with Blueface, and just craziness, pure craziness, is him putting his hands on the girl and him yelling at the girl and arguing with the girl. Listen, never put your hands on. First of all, never argue with women. Just don't argue. Say what you got to say. See if she agrees or disagrees. If she disagrees, you cut it off. You go about your way. You explain this. Hey, look, this is past my boundaries. I don't find this to be acceptable behavior. I'm removing myself from the situation. And you can only do that if you take your time. See, one of the things that Blueface did was he was rushing into the relationship. He got her married, not married, but he started having her put tattoos on her face. She moved her in, started doing all these things. They got too hunky-dory way too quick, and he got himself in a situation where he couldn't get himself out of. Now he has a child with a woman that doesn't want to be with him, and she's hiding the baby and make sure he couldn't come to the birthing. So what you need to do is don't put your hands on women and don't argue. Just don't argue. Just walk away. Say, look, man, I appreciate you, but this is too much for me, and I got to remove myself from the situation. And that's why it's so important not to be moving in and rushing things, man. Take your time. Be patient. Be patient, sir. And 3rd, and not least, listen, I don't know if anybody's ever watched the Blueface Chrisean show. It's pure madness. But one of the things that truly alarmed me was Blueface punching her dad, sneak punching him. Like I watched it, I understood that like the dad like pushed him and hit him, but he ran about 10 or 20 yards, full on falcon punched and just knocked the dude out, had him bloody and leaking. There was a whole brawl, and this is probably not the first time they had a scrap with the family. So one of the things I want you guys to understand, listen, if you can't get along with her family, it's doomed from the start because you're fighting too much resistance. See, communities are built upon families, and if as a family you guys can't get together and really just like bond and have support, raising a family is hard enough. Raising a family when the whole other side of the family doesn't want to be a part of it and is actively working against you is basically hell on earth. Don't do it to yourself. this is what I'm saying. Take your time. Vet these women. Get to know yourself more so you understand what you want in a relationship. Stop just hopping in and jumping into relationships, man. Relax, chill. There's no rush. You got time, brother. You got from the ages of 18 to damn near like 40-something to figure out if you want to get married, who you're going to marry, and where's your possible suitor. And if you take care of yourself, take care of your finances, and you keep yourself nice, chill, and you make sure the mind stays good, and you make great choices, you'll have more than enough women who will be happy to get married to you. But don't compromise on just happiness like what Blueface did in order to fulfill your sexual urges, because now you're going to be suffering like Blueface. Appreciate you guys for listening. Hope it helps out. Young man, understand, you got time. Relax. Stop rushing into shit.